Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Nicholas Sorsa and Nolan Carruthers here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont, the Angstead Palace, I like to call it.
It's a beautiful center.
It sure is. This is stair-step finals action this afternoon, folks. And in our first match, we have two Fort Collins boys. We got Bill Clark in our 4th seed taking on 5th seed Chris Martinez. Bill, being the higher seeded player, had the option. He's elected to lead the match. So they're going to shake hands, and best of luck. Only an 8-pin difference in handicap.
Top 5 today.
Yep. Top 5 with first place today being almost $2,500. $2,492.
I was in the hunt for a while.
You were. I don't know what happened to you that one game, but
yeah,
my God, thank you.
They're trying to figure it out.
We have a director on probationary training right now. Look at this.
There you go.
Huh? Freeman taught him that, I guarantee.
That's how you carry the 8-10.
No, I want to say we were short-handed this week. My wife in Jersey and Mr. Sturgeon in Nebraska, and Michael Hinesley, a good friend of mine, has elected to come in, jump in, and help us out, which he did really good, really well. There we go. Chris throws a great ball. Actually, both of these guys are very, very good shooters.
I bowled semis with Chris.
He throws the ball so nice.
He was 34 after 2, and he had a strike in the 7th and 8th. I said, you sheet this puppy. You're probably in. And he's in.
Yep. Well, you know, the sweet part is, and it's like I try to tell the lower average players, the biggest difference between, say, and I'll just generalize, nothing, no harm intended or nothing, but
nice
the
shot.
lower average players have a tendency to get frustrated and give up. The higher average players never give up. Case in point, Noah Gallegos today grinds for 2 games and shoots .289 the 3rd game. He misses the cut, but he ties the handicap sweeper and he wins the scratch sweeper. He makes $500 because you never give up, and that's what makes him so tough. And, you know, the Mellingers, and by the way, Dwayne, congratulations again for being inducted into the Colorado State Bowling Hall of Fame. Well deserved. I've known you for too long, and other than your love of Michael Jackson and Pink Floyd, we'll go into that in detail some other time. But great job. You well deserved. One of the best players I've ever seen. The ultimate grinder and the ultimate professional. So well deserved, Wayne. All right, so Mr. Clarkin strikes spare, and Chris Martinez starts out with a double.
What's the handicap on this? 2 pins?
Difference is 8.
8 pins.
And basically because Bill has really struggled, he's got a bunch of bonus pins. He's got 6 bonus pins. Realistically,
I know somebody that has 7.
It's not you, is it?
No, I've been making cuts. It's next to you.
Mikey's been struggling again?
He's got 7.
Well, you have to forgive him because he's got a new baby girl.
Oh, no, I'm not saying nothing.
His wife's driving him crazy already.
I'm not saying nothing about that. I'm just ribbing him because he's standing next to you.
That's okay. I rib him everywhere. It doesn't matter.
How was St. George?
I'll tell you what. I'll be honest, and I'll say that I didn't believe that the drive was going to be that brutal.
To there? Yeah.
And back.
Yeah.
But I had to go, as you know, because, checking out property and stuff. St. George is a cute little town.
It's a beautiful town.
It really is. And my wife had a checklist of all the stuff that she needed that I has to be there, otherwise she ain't moving.
Right. How many things on the checklist?
80 or 90%. So they have 2 years to build a JCPenney. It's something else. I can't remember. But perfect. But this place has a great deal. What they'll do is they'll say, bring your wife out, spend 2 nights in any one of the 4 different layouts that they have up there for $169. So I think what I'm going to do is when we go out in October for the Fall National, we'll go up and stay either Monday night, Tuesday night, or Sunday night, Monday night, depending how late the tournament goes, and see if she feels comfortable, and we'll go from there.
Well,
but so far everything's on schedule. Nothing's definite, but
What did your brother think?
my brother. It was funny. We both liked them, and both the wives are hemming and hawing.
Did you spend the night?
Not there. No, we drove up Monday afternoon, and we just stayed at South Point because it's 2 hours compared to the 13 and a half or 14 to get there.
Right.
2 hours is a drop in a bucket. So nice ball.
7-10.
Ow!
That's not
Liked it
fair.
off his hand.
That's not fair.
So anywho, looking forward to October. The National Director Myron Mitchell came out with an ultimate pass, unlimited main event entries with sweepers for $595. If you've bowled 10 tournaments between last November and this September, you get $25 off. If you're a gold member, you get $25 off. So the basic base entry fee for those individuals is only $100 for a shot at 10 grand. That ultimate pass is awesome. Plus, on top of that, you got the promo pass for I think $295. 3 nights in the hotel, and Storm, Rotogrip, or 900 Global, bowl of your choice. You can get both. Pretty cool.
You know how I met this guy to your left?
Prison?
Oh, hey. I'm gonna jump
You know
in
how I met him?
Scare me.
I walked into South Point.
Yeah.
Mike Vasquez and I just
Okay.
got my pickup, brand new.
Okay.
I didn't even know him. He walks up and he says, "Hey, can you give me a ride to my hotel?" I said, "Where are you at?" It's down on the Strip. I said, "I already had a couple." Well, I have a drink once in a while.
No.
So I'd had a couple, and I said, "Here, just take my keys." It was a brand new pickup.
Brand new pickup. We
And
drove down to that was because Jason Poole had wrecked his truck the day before.
He rolled that tanker.
He rolled his tanker.
Yeah, the tanker.
Yeah.
Shut Denver
So
down for a week.
anyways, Ron
lie.
Hall and I were staying in the same room together down by the MGM Grand. And Mike Vasquez says to me, he says, "Hey, let me ask Nolan." And I was like, "Well, I'll ask Nolan. That's not a problem at all." So I went over. I'm like, "Hey, can I borrow your truck?" I'm like, I knew who Nolan was. Nolan apparently knew who I was, but we actually never had met at that point in time. And this was, almost 4 years ago. I will let you guys know, even though he threw me under the bus here, where I've got 7 bonus pins, I did promote Nolan to my NFL team on Wednesday nights at Arapahoe.
I heard that, and so far you haven't gotten a response yet.
I have not. No, I put his contract in front of him last week. We're signing for $7.50 every quarter. So, and not quarter per week. That's quarter per the year. So of the 32 weeks, we're paying him every 8 weeks, but $7.50. So he hasn't gotten back to me yet. We might up it by $1 a week if he listens right.
Well, have you talked to his agent?
Yeah, Michelle said that she's good with it. She just said that 750 was a little low. She wanted 775.
Oh, my, here we go.
I don't like the fractions.
We'll
round it up.
Nolan will make it an even 8 for you.
There you go.
It's
We'll
not
make
the
it an even 8
fractions,
for you, buddy.
it's the change.
Well, 3/4 is a fraction. I don't care how you
3/4
do it.
is 75 cents.
Yeah,
Right, that's right.
That's how I do fractions.
Oh, by change.
50 cents is a half.
That's right.
Get it. There you go.
There you go.
Good comeback. All right.
Anyway, he brought my pickup back and was in great shape.
Yeah,
He didn't hurt nothing.
didn't hurt nothing.
Oh, next week is the scene of where that light pole jumped in front of your pickup.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to paint it yellow next
Well,
week. You watch
Good
me.
idea.
I am, because my
something
paint's on
something
it.
that's kind of really lost, something that I really miss, Nolan, that's really lost a thing here, and a lot of people who are listening will know about this, is Nolan Carruthers sightings. Anytime that we ever see anything on Facebook that has to do with a semi-accident, we always tag Nolan and just tell him it's a sighting. We're just giving him a hard time, of course. We know Nolan's been doing this a long time. We all love him to death, and we got to give him a little bit of hard time.
Come on.
Yeah, there's sightings all the time. Trucks caught under bridges.
All right. Well,
That's right.
but to be honest with you, don't go to Area 51.
Don't go where?
Don't go to Area 51.
Scott
Area
Sledger just
51.
Yeah, in Vegas, they'll shoot you.
Oh,
Scott
I'm
just
not.
told us that he didn't know you worked for Swift, Nolan.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. You know, Swift takes a
You're-
bad. They take a bad rap.
They do. take a bad
5%
rap.
of their drivers are pretty good. They are.
I'm not even going there. I'm not going there.
I've seen them.
I've seen it.
I counted them one day.
Is that
Going
you,
by.
You didn't throw a cheeseburger at one of those guys.
I was a
did you?
guy in a pickup.
Oh, okay. All right. I had to make sure.
And the fries.
You know, the thing was, though, he's starving to death. Guy cuts him off. Why would you throw your food at him?
Oh, I can tell you why.
Go ahead. I'm all
He
ears.
wouldn't let me in.
Oh. Well, I would have thrown
The
my
window
food
was
at him. I'd
down.
have thrown
The
something
window
else.
was down. Anyway, we got a good match here.
We do have a good
do.
match. I would tell you
As
guys
I expected.
Right, absolutely. I would tell you guys a little bit about Chris here. He's one of our northern bowlers. He's also a part of a bowling club I'm a part of called Team 5280. We actually had a really good showing out at State this year. I believe that Chris Martinez's team was the second place scratch. Yesterday we did have our honors scores luncheon, the champions luncheon over at the Lakewood Holiday Inn. My team, consisting of Ricky Bannister, Bobby Robinson Jr., and Joseph Robinson and Edward Tucker, we took first place scratch with 33.96. I believe that Chris Martinez's was second place with 33.46 for scratch team. It was absolutely awesome to be over there. A lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time. Definitely some ABT bowlers over there that were at the Champions Luncheon. It was a lot of fun over there. So,
You had a hell of a team with Ricky and
well, Ricky
Bobby
also
Robinson.
took high average in the tournament.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, 249, I believe he averaged. So, I mean, he just knocked him out. Being that he's a lefty, he gets a little bit of an advantage.
There we
Oh,
go.
sorry.
Here we go.
Sorry. I apologize to Chris Lawson for that one.
Hell, I wouldn't apologize to him.
I've had to cross them twice this week, so I still apologize to him.
Meanwhile, folks, I tell you what, we got ourselves a game here.
It's a 6-pin match.
Yeah, it's
Bill's up 6.
yeah.
There's only been one open.
Yep, and that was at 7-10. Which, and defensive Chris, I liked the shot when he let it
Yeah, it
go.
didn't look bad at all. That's pretty close.
Boom,
Nice shot.
excellent, good ball. Wonder how many times these guys have bowled against each other, both being from Fort Collins.
You would think more than
Well, you think
that's probably happened.
they either bowled against each other at Sweetheart or they bowled against each other at
Highland Park.
Highland Park. yeah.
Absolutely. No one bowls at Chippers up there, right?
Excuse me.
I said no one bowls at Chippers up there, right? Chippers Lanes in Greeley.
Oh, you mean the old what the hell was that called?
I don't even know if they have leagues there.
I don't know. Trying to remember what it used to be
Do
called.
they? Scott says they have leagues there.
How do you like
Push
it?
it.
Set.
Like it.
Oh.
He's still down 5.
Oh, it was called Horsetooth. That's right. And it's what?
Walking distance. Well, unless you're
Perfect.
lazy.
So when they take your license away, you got somewhere to go.
What was the name of the center you had? We bowled in.
That we bowled Classic Lanes. in
Classic
Greeley.
Lanes.
It's on the western end of Greeley.
You own that center?
Well, we bowled there.
Oh,
we
I was
used to
gonna
bowl
say-
ABT.
No, that's when.
I
I know
it's-
Nick owned a bowling center.
No. When, now unfortunately I'm trying to remember his name. He used to run Nabby, and then of course I ran ABT, and we got to be pretty good friends. His daughter and he were up there kind of helping market or run the place for the family. And then of course, unfortunately, had a heart attack and passed away. A great individual. But loved going to Classic Lanes. And believe it or not, that's where we met the infamous Don Patterson.
Was it Classic?
Yeah, he was running a pro shop at the time.
That's where you always ran a combo.
Yes, correct. Yes. Until we got established, which
Right.
because I believe that's the first place that Mark Yates Sr. ever won after being like 0 for 110 He finally won his first title up there, and then Jason Fridley, the same thing.
I bowled Alarceta for the win there. He had to have the first strike in the 10th. He got it, and he went from this end all the way out to the street. He was yelling all the way.
Of course. That's all Al does.
Hey, Nick.
Yo.
Pogie wants me to say hi to you two for him and give you his regards, let you know his health is improving, and what the hell's the pattern.
Well, Pogie, we're glad you're doing better. And what was the name of this pattern?
This is the last of the new
It's a something
Kegel
onium. I know that.
elemental sport patterns. This one was called Plutonium.
Plutonium.
Which was 39 feet.
And I think it was
I think that's
nasty.
a Simpsons reference here.
This.
Wow. So we've had a 7-10 and a 4-9. And the
Both in the
sad part
pocket.
is, poor Bill. Good shot, a little high though, but that 4-9 in the ninth frame really opens the door for Chris
If
Martinez.
Chris strikes here, we're tied.
Wow. Not for long though, unfortunately.
No.
Unless he opens.
It's 156.
Then it's anybody's ball game going into the 10th.
Absolutely.
Because right now the best
That's what Chris does here.
the best Bill can do is 86.
I like it.
scratch.
Carry.
Nice shot.
Strike there opens that up just a little bit.
80. It is not over.
It is not over.
Because he's
You cannot
spotting,
shut him out.
He's spotting him
spotting him 8, yeah. So just to make it easy on himself, a strike here in the first ball in the 10th would really help him out. Because if he doesn't do that, Mr. Clark can come back and punch 3 and take
If
him
he
out.
spares here, he's up 20.
Yeah. But then the best he can do is 95.
95 would still win it
Well,
for him.
95 scratch opposed to Clarkin's 86.
He
9
wins by
pins,
1.
He would win by 1 pin. So counting everything's going to be most important.
I like it.
So
That'll do the
Nice
match.
shot.
that takes care of that.
That's over.
So in match number 1, Chris Martinez
I'm going to call this
of
right
Fort
now.
Collins. Well, that's awesome of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I don't know. You should wait one
Bill
more shot.
Clark.
No. I don't mess around
He
with
doesn't
this.
mess around. He doesn't mess around with that small stuff.
Calling this puppy right now.
Although I got to tell you, I was very happy to see Bill finally make the top 5. With 5% on the Megapod, he's going to take home $386. Good for him. Finally had a good day. We finally found a pattern that Bill liked.
There
We
you
only
go.
have like 75 of them.
You got a lot
Of course,
of
the one that Nathan likes the most, I won't put out anymore. Like he needs a pattern.
So what you're saying is we will never be bowling on
Earl Anthony ever
the
again.
Mark Roth.
Or Mark Roth.
You could put Earl Anthony out. That's
No,
fine.
no. That's his number 1.
Just don't
baby.
put out Mark Roth. And for those of you who were not at the PBA Regional Sweeper today at Holiday Lanes, Nathan Pope went 300-264 the first 2 games and was not leading after 2 games.
Crazy.
Robbie Marion went 290-300 to start that. I think Nathan said he went something like 250 over, and he was only.
Scary.
I think he was only. Well, he might actually have been first. 250 over.
Nice. Good shot by Bill.
and another one. No.
Oop.
Yep.
Oh, see, you doubted yourself.
The little left. Well, I didn't know it was going to do a runaway brookie on me.
That's because if you threw it like that, it wouldn't have.
No. I couldn't have got it to run away that much.
Nope. I will tell you, though, we're bringing you as our ringer, Nolan, on
You
Wednesday
might want to
nights.
reevaluate that.
I'm not. I have good faith in you. I wouldn't have signed you to such a high contract otherwise.
All right, that was a good match, folks. 183 scratch. for Bill
191.
Clarkin with 224 pins handicapped at
207.
207.
219.
And Chris beats him by 12 pins. So when we come back, our second match today is going to feature Chris Martinez now taking on our third seed Nathan Pope of Arvada. And again, you're watching the Amateur Bowlers Tour here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont. We'll be back in just a moment.
Chris.
All right,
No, I'm
ladies and
sorry.
gentlemen, Nicholas Sorensen, Nolan Carruthers, and Michael Hinesley. We're here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont. This is match 2 of our stair-step finals. Our match 1 winner, Chris Martinez of Fort Collins, taking on our 3rd seed, Nathan Pope of Arvada. Only a 2-pin difference in handicap in Nathan's favor. He's elected to lead the match, so they're going to shake hands, and here we go.
Better do a pick-to-click quick.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Better do it quick.
Yeah, because you know why. The Pogie's going to be jumping in.
Yeah.
Pogie's already made his pick. Of course he did.
Don't tell us. So
I don't want to know
yeah.
because I'll avoid him anyway.
Can I make my pick? I'm gonna pick Nathan here only because of the fact of how he's been bowling today in general. I've watched him throw the bowling ball.
Well,
he's
yeah, you
had
could,
a lot of good carry.
Being you already did it, yeah.
That's fine.
Can I make my pick?
I wasn't going to pick him anyway. You can go ahead.
That's funny.
Okay, so
No.
Hinesley's going to take Nathan.
I'm going to pick this cat down here in the black shirt.
Mr. Woolsey?
Mr. Chris Woolsey. If you go Chris and Chris, you got to just pick Chris. You get 2 shots.
Well, but you got to choose C or K.
You guys are so bad. I'm going to take Martinez.
I just think Nathan has really good. I mean, he's been throwing the ball so good today and had a really good look at the regional. A lot of momentum, but he has bowled a lot of games.
But
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
focus is his major problem.
That's also true. And you can never
Okay,
compensate.
ability-wise, he's scary good.
Absolutely.
But there are times where I don't know what happens, but he just loses focus, and then he doesn't care.
Well, and then you picking
crazy.
Chris Martinez is like picking Tom Brady. It's a pretty safe pick.
Okay, I like that.
It's a pretty
But he's
safe
got to go
pick.
through the field.
Oh.
Huh? What'd I tell you?
I'm changing my pick now.
Too late. Okay, who did the Pogue pick? See? Tell him it's too bad.
John picks Chris with Nick here. Well, here's the good news. If you guys are both wrong, that means you're both wrong. If you guys are both right, you're both right, and then we got to listen to it for the next week.
Oh, Lord. Tell you what, these
Going for 2 in a
a
row.
lot of a little light.
He made a ball change.
He did.
Now that we've been on all 4 of these new Kegel elemental sport patterns, because they also have some recreational patterns and stuff like that, I just it's funny how they made them where the transition isn't what you would expect, and the minute changes to keep your carry going. It's like they almost spent a lot of time deciding how they can do that, and it kind of worked. It's pretty amazing.
I will tell you, Nick, I bowled 3 out of the 4. I bowled 3 out of the 4 of these tournaments that have these patterns on them. One of them I missed just because I couldn't be there. But I bowled 3 out of 4 of them, and I agree with you. The transition part was the hardest part of these patterns.
And the thing is, too, we're on them blind basically for the first time. We really have no clue. We get an idea. We're looking at how how the reverse and the forward and the different oils and all
and
that
the volume, everything.
give you an idea, but you really don't know. And then machine, surface.
Different center.
Yeah,
Right.
Of course.
Well, and like at Littleton, I think I missed by 5 and I missed by 8 in the 2 squads that I bowled there. I didn't miss by much either one place there.
And as always, you miss spares.
Right, and it's just that's what it is. Or you leave you leave splits in opportune times, that kind of thing. But the transition on these patterns was definitely different than you come out and bowl on some of the other Kegel patterns.
And it was funny because you saw our tournament leader David Chartier to our right. You see him off camera. He tried to play the twig just to see what's out there, and the ball went 60 feet.
Yeah.
But yet, yesterday afternoon, on a couple pair, the guys went outside and were actually able to go up about 3. Of course, ball speed had to be right and the right ball in their hand, but they had a great look. And looking at that pattern, I would have never thought that you could do a thing out there. So that kind of surprised me a little bit.
Well, I don't think you could do anything out there. I mean, I think
Not
it would tease you. It would tease
correct.
you.
Yes, I agree.
And I
Woolsey's
think you had
rocking.
to be way right to even attempt to go up 3 because it just kept running.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Almost grab it at the bottom
It was
just
crazy.
to make it happen.
Well, I tell you what,
I
though,
liked it inside more.
I think your margin for error inside
Nice pickup.
gave you a little bit of cushion.
Yeah, it did.
You know, but the other thing that I noticed is if you short stroke the ball or if you were light with your speed and you miss inside by a board, it was sideways.
Yep, it
You'd
sure
be lucky
was.
to get the 7 pin as a right-hander, which I went, oh my God.
I left the goddamn 1, 8, 3, 6, 10 3 times. Oh.
Didn't look quite that bad. Leaves a 6, 7, 10. You're going to have to say that again. You left the what? The 1, 3, 6.
8, 10. Yeah.
Wow.
I will tell you the only time I've ever left, I've left some weird stuff at AB2.
Come on. Oh, a great effort. I thought he had it.
I left a 2, 4, 5, 10 once. And yes, you can write that one down too.
2, 4, 5, what?
2, 4, 5, 10. And I will say that the only time I have ever left that,
I've seen it.
I have picked it up, and it was at ABT.
Funny how that works.
You could
out.
definitely have some weird leaves out
Oh,
here.
yeah. Of course, the one split, Marko Popovich has become famous for. We call it the Popovich, the 4-count washout.
Mm-hmm. I saw one today.
Did you?
Yep.
I think Brady Kaufman left one of those on Friday night.
Oh,
when
we
we
didn't
were.
like it.
Oh, and he carries still.
Well, that's a little bit of help because the ball before wasn't quite that bad. So now Nathan strikes here.
He's up 10.
He's up 14 with his handicap difference with a strike. You liked it? Oh, a little late. And here's the other thing that I saw, that some patterns you can get away with, some you can't. Ball speed.
Yep.
This pattern, if your ball speed was not
Yeah.
the same
Perfect.
or
Yeah.
damn close to being the same, what a tremendous difference
Yeah.
at the back end. There were guys that had the perfect speed. You would think that the ball was just going to go, go, go and not do anything. Excuse me. And the last 2 or 3 feet, the ball just shaped up and they had a great look.
I will absolutely agree with you on that. And even I was watching some guy bowl during the semifinals, and he didn't have a very good second game during semis, but his ball speed was a little off that game. I won't say his name. What'd you shoot game 2 of semis, Nolan?
It wasn't ball speed
Oh, I
that
disagree
caused
with you.
that.
I disagree
No.
with you.
That was chops and washouts.
Could have been
and
brain damage.
It was, well, I had brain damage at the end of
I think
it.
your ball speed had 100% to do with that. No, but ball speed was definitely sensitive out here this week.
It was. Yeah, it was.
I'll tell you what happened.
You got old?
My thumb broke. My thumb broke. I had to go to a new thumb.
Oh,
the-
no.
your
Yeah.
switch
The
grip?
inner.
That's brutal. Oh, here we go.
Big 4.
And that created a
now-
lot of problems.
Now, see, we don't get ball speed on this one, but you got to figure Pope's going to be throwing this at like 26, 27 miles an hour. All of a sudden, Martinez has got all kinds of. Ooh,
Should have got something.
absolutely.
The only thing that he has there is
See,
he's not
that's-
on a strike, so it's not
and that's-
losing the double
but
pins. But at the
again-
same time, losing 2 pins here could be a
Again,
big
I'm
deal.
telling you, lack of focus.
Yep.
He lets it get to him, and the guy with the level head will prevail. He can jump out to almost a 30-pin lead here with a double,
Yeah, that's right.
and he's a little bit more inside of where he's been playing.
He hasn't found anything. He went back to his other ball.
Oh,
The
that's
same
same
thing.
wow.
But again, here's where this is going to play in. We're going to
Welcome,
see.
welcome.
We're going to see whether or not Chris gets
Welcome to Kegel Sport Bowling.
right. Absolutely. Well, and the other thing you're going to see here is Chris is on a strike, so everything
Yeah,
he
he's
throws
got to
right here
get
is
2.
worth double. He's
got
got
to
to
get 2. Yep, absolutely.
And he got.
And
at least,
there's
he got
4.
his 2,
And
which
he-
counts
and
for
he's
4.
smart. Because now you got Nathan 77 open in the 5th.
It's a 4-pin
To
game.
Chris 71 open in the 5th.
Plus 2.
So he's
Down.
Chris is
Section
down
8
8.
game. Yeah. But if he doesn't get either one of those, it's a mark at that point.
Well, I got
if
him
he
down
goes 0
4.
and Nathan goes 2, then you're at more than a mark there. So that's where that's important to get those pins.
Yeah, Chris is down 6 scratch, but he's spotting Nathan 2 pins.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, I
he's
thought it was
down
spotting
8.
the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But still, within a mark after that, you got to thank you lucky stars. Finish.
He gave that some room.
There you go.
That was nice.
Nice. This is going to be interesting.
It's gonna be a
So
very good
Nathan's
match.
getting a 2.
I may have told you wrong there, Noel. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
He'll live.
I've had worse things happen.
I was just trying to confuse you because
So,
I picked Nathan to win.
Anyway,
so.
my thumb broke,
Yeah, okay.
and I had to go to my large
Nice shot.
thumb,
Great shot. Okay.
and I could not get. I couldn't hold it.
No,
I kept adding
that's-
tape,
I
adding
know.
tape, adding tape, adding tape. It just.
It's funny you should say
It
that.
just
I have
busted.
never lost a switch grip.
I
Ever.
haven't either.
So I'm bowling seniors 2-3 weeks ago at Wheat Ridge, and throw the ball. Don't think much of it. Ball comes back.
No thumb.
No switch grip. So of course, I tell Dean, I say, Dean, run down there and see if you can find it for me. Oh,
I will tell you, he complained during
And,
qualifying a couple times about
So
people
of course
throwing Brooklyns.
he really didn't have the time to go look for it. Normally, when you shake a board, it's down there somewhere. Now I got 6 different switch grips. Do you think I could find one that I could even halfway get close to what I had? Absolutely not. So I'm going, really? Thank God I only had like 4 or 5
It never
frames
works
left,
out
and I
like
just
that.
threw a switch grip in and got out of there. But and then, believe it or not, the following week here he comes, and he's got my switch grip. Awesome,
Maybe.
beautiful
There you
shot.
go.
Beautiful.
I'll
shot.
tell you, I use a
8
certain
pins.
company now that I didn't
Yep.
used to use before, but one of the companies that I used before, I lost 7 or 8 of those things at Arapahoe, and there was 3 different times where I lost a switch grip, and it came, it was down the lane somewhere, and they brought me a switch grip back, and my thumb wouldn't even go, anywhere into it because it was so small because it wasn't mine.
It was somebody else's.
So,
But
well,
it was always the same company's
that's
one.
like-
I'll keep it quiet who it was.
I lost my ball on the 8th hole.
Right.
No, we found it. We got it. And guess
Nope,
what?
that's not it.
That's not it.
But you're not going to admit that when you're on the golf course. Well, at least you won't. I will.
Remind me never to play golf with you.
Chris is down 8.
Yeah,
I can
big-
assure
big
you
shot
you win.
here.
Go up 2 right
Hurry,
here.
hurry. Yes.
He's up 2.
There he goes. This is going to get good now. Now, of course, now Nathan's in a match. Now he's going to dial up his intensity, which is great. He just can't seem to keep it. So let's hope that both bowlers get lined up here and we have a great finish.
Bounced it.
Well, yeah, got out of it early and almost carried.
That
Yeah.
took a lot off of it.
Yep.
That's gonna,
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yep. It's going to put Chris's lead to 8 if they both spare strike out here.
So if you have
Yeah,
a
it's
bowler
pins.
bowl an ABT and they convert to a 2-handed bowler and they have an average established here, what do they have to do to establish 2-handed?
Get in a league and bowl 45 games.
Okay.
Is that still the case? I
Yes,
mean,
it is.
even if it's the same release hand, it doesn't matter.
Because it's not the same.
Gotcha.
And with the new rules coming out next year,
Right.
it's going to make even more of a difference.
I agree with you 100%.
With
I just
the,
didn't know
with
because
the
a lot
leverage
of
holes
a lot
and
of those
such.
guys will argue that they throw their spare shot with the same hand,
Yeah,
one-handed,
yeah.
and that it's still the same release hand that they're just taking their left hand off the ball. But I mean, I agree with you
It is not
100%
the
on
same.
that. I was just wondering
No,
if
it's
that's
not
how
the
that
same.
works.
And, the nice thing is, though, the newer people that are coming into the club, their average, they have an established two-hand average, which makes it real easy. Then I just, reverse sport adjust that average and away they go. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. That was a bad shot. Bad shot. Now, see,
He's not happy.
now he's getting in his head.
he's upset because he lost the ball on his downswing on the prior frame. You can't let that bother you.
He's got to take his time just a little bit here too.
No, he's in trouble now.
Oh, yeah, he's in serious trouble.
He's in.
Nice. Good shot.
Chris
I'm
Martinez.
gonna have to teach Sturgeon how to throw the ball like that to make that, because he's only made that twice in his life, I think, maybe 3 times.
It's like Nolan or I shooting at the Big Four.
Yeah.
Here's
I've
the
only made
scary
that
part.
twice in my life too.
I've never made
I've
it.
never made the Big Four. But
You guys
yet
have never made
But
the
my
Big
wife
Four.
has.
Oh, there you go.
That's Celebrity
I actually
Sports
believe
Center.
that.
But now I made the Greek church and
I've only made
Grandma's
the Greek.
teeth,
I've only
all
made
the
the
other
Greek church
stuff.
once.
Come
there
on,
you go.
there we go.
A little
Attaboy,
high, but he
Chris
kicked
Mark.
it.
Now mentally, Nathan is bye-bye.
No, I
Yeah,
think
that-
it's even
that
more
pretty
than
much
that.
puts it in there.
I'm calling this puppy right
31.
now.
62. Yeah, Chris just need any mark in the 10th. That's over.
He just needs to count.
Yeah,
This
Yeah,
puppy is over.
pretty much.
Anything above 6, and he's going to be all
This
right.
is going to put me at 1,024 and 3.
Yeah, last week he was 600. So in the last 7 days, he's won 400 matches.
As long as it's better than the Rockies' record, we are all happy.
Why not?
That'll do it right there.
Well, we're not going to talk about the Rockies today.
Ugh. Well, they won today.
Frieden won.
Oh, joy.
They got
I'm
the series.
happy.
They won the series.
They did.
Let's give them their
We
due.
just need them about 8 more games above 500 for the rest of the season.
They
And
would
then,
have to go on their
Nolan
October
and I have
run.
a bet with a friend of ours, and we hope that we can win that thing.
That's right.
We won't mention who.
I will.
Nathan Pope is going to go home 4th place with 5% of the Megapod, $411.
He had a good day.
He did.
Even
Of
though
course he did.
he's upset right now,
Sure.
but he had a good day.
Well, anytime
He'll be bowling the regional next week with his spot.
anytime you get up on a pattern that fits your game, your confidence just absolutely goes up.
Absolutely.
And he had a bad break on the shot that he kind of lost at the bottom of the swing,
Yep.
but he just
And hopefully next week he
Now,
can carry it
I
over.
want to ask you something. Now, he's bowling two-handed at that spare. So where do you split this up? You're kind of screwed.
not really.
Well,
I look at his overall game, and my whole thing is you have to give it your best at all times. Okay. Now it'll come down to, was that his best?
But can you do that?
I can throw the game out. I can throw anything out I want.
I know, but he did it on that last 6 count. He threw
It's-
two-handed.
It's not different-handed.
Okay, we can come back and
Right.
discuss this.
But in anywho,
We'll be back.
2 down, 2 to go, folks, and we'll get back to you in just a moment.
Okay.
We're here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont. Nolan's becoming philosophical, so don't go anywhere. This is
Yeah,
gonna be good.
that'd be becoming
This might get
philosophical.
interesting. Might get interesting.
Be back in a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Source and Nolan Carruthers here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont. And we have a defending champion, Chris Woolsey, our second-seeded player, won his second title here at Centennial. He's taking on Chris Martinez of Fort Collins. Again, he had the higher-seeded player. He elected to lead the match. He's going to have an 8-pin difference, so they're going to shake hands, and we'll begin match number 3.
My pony.
And mine, too.
There you go.
My Chris, your Chris. And Pogie don't count.
Can you hear me now? My pony. It's my pony.
Chris has done an incredible job. Woolsey, well, we'll have to go, since both names are Chris. He has lost probably 70 pounds. He's looking fantastic. It's a big boy, but it's still, as we age, that the knees start to take issue and stuff like that, and he saw that coming right away, and he elected to do something about it. He looks fantastic.
I started working out about 9 months ago.
Yeah, but that was with a beer
No,
can.
I work out every day, every day, for about 40 minutes, and I feel so much better. Now, I still do my 12-ounce curls. They're very important.
Oh, of course. Okay, no problem there. So Chris Woolsey, spare. Chris lives in Broomfield, about 15 minutes, 20 minutes south of Longmont on Highway 287. And,
Okay.
of course, Chris Martinez is the other way. He's north in Fort Collins. And from here, Fort Collins is what, 45 minutes maybe?
Oh, no.
Not even?
Yes,
Is it
Is it that long?
45?
45 to 55,
Really?
depending upon traffic through Loveland.
Okay.
Now, by the crow flies, it should be less, but you've got to go about 15 miles at 30 miles an hour.
Nice shot.
Good shot.
So we were having a discussion at the end of that last game about this two-handed stuff.
Yes.
because I'm confused. If you got Nathan Pope shooting two-handed at that spare, but he's in the books as a one-handed right hand, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
I just throw it out.
Throw what out?
The game.
But as far as the match against the person he's bowling, if it's an illegal shot, what do you just? I know it's just, for a spare shot.
It's just like he decides he doesn't want to compete anymore, and he takes the loss. That's the way I leave it. Nice. Ooh,
Got
come
it.
on. There we go. Good shot by Chris Martinez. That's what a lot of guys understand. They say, well, I wasn't 40 pins under, blah, blah, blah. You can't do this and that. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
If I feel that watching you, that you're not giving it your best effort, I
Right.
don't count. Period.
Right.
And, of course, then on top of it, I let you know about it, and we go from there. Because, you know, especially in a handicap situation.
Yeah, you got to.
You have to
Yeah.
be – everybody's got to be on the same plane. So I love to see everybody give it their honest effort. You know, and a lot of times you struggle, and that's fine. It's the way it goes. But give it your honest effort. That's all we ask. And then, again, getting back to the bowlers that are learning coming up, and I'm telling them, you know, you want to get to an elite level besides practice and learning equipment and learning shots, you have to be mentally prepared and focused at all times. You give it your best effort every shot. You never give up. The better players all will tell you that they never give up because they're always learning something. So if they made a bad shot, was it the release? Did the transition change? Do they have to ball down? They're always analyzing what went wrong. And they're going to make sure that they're going to do something to get a different result. Not that it always is the best, but they're going to do something about it.
I had no shot at making this finals after that second game.
Hey, no, you didn't.
But I started looking at different things.
Yes.
And I
So
went,
now-
I kind of like that.
So now,
and that
right.
goes in my memory
so now,
bank.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So now the next time we're on this pattern, okay, even though, again, different surface,
Yeah, I get that.
different
Yeah.
machine, you're going to remember that. And you're going to want, I remember with this transition, this is what I did.
Boy, he cannot get off the nose.
Now, well, he's the line he's playing. He knows that if he leaks the ball right, he's in trouble.
Yep. It'll keep
So
leaking.
he's trying to stay under the ball and with speed get the ball to hold. That is his comfort zone because he can do that, his physical ability. But what he's doing is he's limiting himself to an area that he can carry. Now that he threw very well. Nice. That was excellent.
Does USBC keep track of the averages as two-hand? Is there a now two-handed average?
You know, that's a very good question, and I don't have the answer. I honestly don't. I will find out.
I don't think there is.
I don't know.
It's kind of
Because I knew, you had sport versus house.
Yeah.
I get that. And you had left, right. I get that. But now what about this scenario? You know? Hurry.
Got that
he
10
got the
out.
10 out. Otherwise, that was looking ugly.
Covers this. He's up 6.
Do you realize that our resident, quote, coach, Mr. Glessman, who kind of sits around and all of a sudden he starts giving a little bit of advice here, a little bit of advice here. Next thing you know, he's eating steak, Lone
He
Star.
lives large.
Oh, does he?
There's
Okay.
no doubt about it. He lives large. He has been for years.
Oh, that was a shocker. Now, what happened there?
He played inside and he pulled it.
Well, even though he was 8, now that's got to be 8 miss.
It's 8-1.
He didn't hit a pin.
Yeah, he did. He
He
hit
did?
the 7.
Okay. I didn't see it. I'm getting old.
It's all right. You're getting older.
No, I'm getting old.
We're all getting older.
Not
He's
me.
down 6 now.
Yeah.
I'm not getting old. I'm getting better.
Well, then you're a wino.
Boom. Excellent shot.
He started with that ball that first match. He left that ball and got in a little trouble.
Yeah.
Now he's back to it.
Sure.
That's the ball.
That's the best shape, no
Yep,
doubt.
shapes up
Absolutely.
nice.
Yep.
And I cannot keep track of what every ball is. There's too
Oh,
many.
no.
I know what
I
I
agree with you.
use. I
Yeah.
see it. I recognize it.
Sure.
But all of this motive and 900 Global and
Promotion,
Abernathy and
all that,
promotion,
yeah.
hammer, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even going to try. I'm
Well,
nuts enough.
Imagine what the poor guys in the pro shop are doing. Because
Look at that ball running on him, Nick.
Yep. They really need to understand what the differences are so that when a customer comes in and says, okay, I'm interested in this new Black
they
Widow.
do need to know.
Hammer Black Widow. Okay, how does this, what is the difference between this and, say Crux Prime?
Yeah.
You got to know that.
And then the pin. Where's the pin?
Right.
All
All kinds of stuff. Oh, yeah.
Those
It's
guys
not.
are
It's not like the old
geniuses.
days where you just you draw some in there and you go. You want a half ounce of sideway? You
I'll
move it a
take
half
that
inch.
Manhattan
And
rubber.
bang, bang, bang. You're done. No, it ain't going to happen anymore.
Drill that LT48 for me.
Yeah, really. All right. So Chris Woolsey makes a spare.
And he's up 5.
4 spares.
Spares are good. That's the one thing that has changed my game for the last month is my spare game. And it's got me, well, I was the cut today.
Mm-hmm.
And I missed 1 spare. I had a couple splits,
Sure.
but I only missed 1 spare.
And that's how you got to where you got.
And in Vegas, my spare game was good, and it got me a check.
Sure.
If I ever start striking again, watch out.
Well, you got to crawl before you can walk.
Yeah, that's right.
Frame number
A lot of
5.
speed, nearly a
And-
4.9.
ooh, yeah.
Still a little high.
Yep. Well, unless Mr. Martinez doubles here, Chris Woolsey will still have a slim lead.
4 pins.
Yep. Yeah.
We're in the 5th frame.
Yep.
And what do you do when you have a 5th? I'm going to start running an ad in the 5th frame. When your 5th is empty, where do you go get another?
Applejacks.
Applejack. We can't give him a free plug like that. We should
That's the
talk
closest
to him.
one to my house.
Yeah, we should talk to him. We
I
should
don't
get.
know. Can we throw the dispensaries in the mix here? Cause
Yeah, you can throw it whatever you want in
yeah,
here.
I'm not a drinker.
Well, I'm not either. I'm not a drinker. Dennis Glessman, do you think I'm me as a drinker? Do you think of me as a drinker?
No.
Thank you very much. Just a casual. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, my Lord. The people I hang around with anymore, I'll tell you.
I need a break.
Well, just think, when you get to Utah, you won't have to deal with any of this.
Let's not go there. In both respects. Could use a double right here.
Last shot was high. Gave it some room.
Maybe.
Great
Beautiful shot. So double, split, double.
He's up 6.
It's good. Chris has got a great game. He
Yep.
really does. Martinez.
How many times have we seen someone come out of that first match and then just run the bracket?
Well, again, advantage is if you survive the first match, all your
calm
games are on
down.
that pair. So
Yep.
you got a pretty good idea where you're playing. You got a pretty good idea what ball to use. Whereas the guy coming in cold is basically getting 2 shots on each lane. He decides what he wants to do, and away we go.
Mm-hmm.
The difference being, of course, is his guaranteed money is higher than yours coming up.
High.
And
Okay.
people will argue, well, I'll take guaranteed second all day long. And other people would go, you know what, I would rather get on the lane, get comfortable, get locked in, and I know I'm going to do better. It's an individual preference. Everybody has,
And
a
you
reason.
can have that preference,
Yeah.
and you can win from the top seed
Oh,
and
yeah.
the 5th
Sure.
seed and
Uh-oh.
flag.
I knew it. Oh, boy. He doubled and then gave it right back. 113 in the sixth. Open.
And if Chris Woolsey keeps sparing, he'll go around.
Or
him.
if he strikes here, he's down 1 scratch, so he's up 7.
Oh, sometimes 17-25. He'll be down 4 with his sticks if he strikes here. He gave that
Looks
room.
pretty good.
That was a nice
And
shot.
lead on it. Here we go. All right. Good ball. So he's had 92 in the 5th with a strike up in the 6th. And Mr. Martinez is open in the 6th. So again, if he doesn't double, he's up 7 with the handicap difference.
Yep.
If he doubles,
17.
ho, 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 17 and 3 frames to go.
You stack that clean up against 2 doubles, and he's right there.
Sure.
I mean, doubles are great,
Yep.
but Woolsey hasn't opened yet, and
Yep.
he's got the lead.
He's doing the grind.
More speed. I like it. That was a
Ooh.
good shot. Nearly left the 5-7,
Yeah,
but
almost
he
up
can fix
5-7.
that.
Sure. Okay.
He's up
so,
7.
Yep, 7 pin difference.
Oh. Did you enjoy Vegas?
Yes.
Yes.
It was slow,
Oh, that's right.
so
you
it made the days long.
We went looking for you and Michelle actually at New York, New York.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, after on Saturday night.
We were at the piano bar.
Oh, we missed you. We were in there listening to the guys try to sing Bon Jovi
Oh,
at the pizza bar.
she lost her phone that night.
Yeah, well, yeah, when I ran
That
into you
was
Sunday night, you
yeah.
told me.
No, I'm sorry. It was Sunday then. It was Sunday because it was after we.
Oh, we didn't go to New York Sunday night.
Okay, because she
We
said
went
that you were going to.
We went Saturday night.
Yeah, she said you were going to go back and try to find the phone. And
Yeah.
Yeah, they were hanging out at South Point.
Yeah, well, you were in the air conditioning. It was 115 on the strip right then at
Yeah.
midnight.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, he got lucky. Got lucky.
Oh, and a little public service announcement warning is don't go to Hoover Dam if it's 120 with a 35-mile-an-hour wind. You're walking into a convection oven.
Duh. Well, you can say that about at one time we were at Samstown in July, and the back doors to from the parking lot, of course, concrete. It was 120.
Ugh.
And when they opened the back door to come in, it was like opening a pizza oven
Yeah.
door. It really was. And that was the one in the back by the food court. And I could not believe, I said, how can anybody function, like be outside
Right.
or drive a car, whatever, in heat like that?
Yeah.
It was 124 in the desert.
Well, they go to work at 2 in the
Crazy.
morning and
Yeah.
get off at 10.
Well, of course. Hurry.
Maybe.
Come on.
Nope.
Couldn't get that 7 out. I liked the shot.
We were just amazed at how many people were still walking around the strip at 12:31 in the morning
Yeah.
with little kids.
Well,
Yeah, it's no place for little kids. It's just not. Especially at 1 in the morning on the strip.
yeah, but it's kind of like New York. There's still 80,000 people going up
yeah.
and down the sidewalks.
Right.
It's not like you're isolated. Hold. All right. Attaboy.
He's still down 7.
Yep.
I did get my wife to agree to consider that on our short list of places we want to move to.
Where?
Vegas.
Really?
Both Vegas and Phoenix are on the list.
Oof.
Woolsey strikes here. He's up 8.
Okay.
He can double and go up 18. Running out of frames.
Yep.
His last shot on 28, I really liked it.
Oh,
He pulled
it.
that
It's
one.
inside.
Brooklyn, 9
Yeah,
pin.
couldn't get the 9 out.
Up
Fortunate.
7.
Fortunate.
Seven-pin lead. That foundation frame is going to be huge.
Sure.
Whoever strikes
anytime,
there.
Yeah, anytime you got a
Yep.
match this close.
Man, my left knee hurts. Boy, July
Meanwhile-
was a lousy month for me.
Was it?
Ugh. Lost a radiator in my pee. I lost 2 days for the 4th of July, 2 days when I
course.
broke down. Out of town for 3 days.
Other than that, you were fine.
Slow. Yeah. Other than that, it was great.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know how it is when you have a bad run. You just got to get through them.
Yep.
How's Joanne?
So far, so good. She's having fun. She's got her. She's with her two sisters.
Foundation frame right here. This is a big
Yep,
frame.
that's the big shot.
He was light last time.
That looks pretty good.
Nice
Yes.
shot.
Nice ball.
He tweaked that puppy. Put a lot of.
Excellent
right.
shot. Yep.
And you're right. Whoever throws this one is forcing he's forcing him to have
Yep.
to match.
Been handicap advantage, but again, if he throws this one,
Yep,
he
he
has
has
to, or the match is over. Okay,
You
first
like
ball
it?
in the 10th for Martinez.
I like it.
Couldn't kick
man.
that 7 out. That's twice. Came up late, but he couldn't get the 7 off the wall. So now the best he can do is 92 scratch, 208 with handicap. And, of course, now it's advantage Woolsey.
Go back to that 6th frame, that flag
Yeah,
10 pin.
yep. And he knew it when he let it
Yeah.
go. He was hoping it was going to hold, but it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Sarsa with Nolan Carruthers here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont. This is our championship match this afternoon. One of these two guys that you're seeing is going to win $2,492. Your tournament leader, David Chartier, who a week or two ago finished 4th, and that was his best finish to date. He now has a second place
Guarantee.
at $1,246. He's taking on Chris Woolsey. Chris's second title was right here at Centennial Lane, so he's going for 2 out of 3. There is an 8-pin difference, I believe. Yeah, 6-pin difference in David Chartier's favor. He's elected the lead, so we're going to shake hands and begin our championship match. And like I was telling to you off camera, David, ever since he's joined, he's just been obsessed.
When did he join?
About 2 months ago.
Okay.
And from what I'm hearing, he's been taking lessons from Sean Lee and really getting into it. The other thing we want to note about Centennial Lanes, folks, is they're having their super weekend next weekend, August 10th and 11th, 10 in the morning to 9 at night. They're going to have cash drawings. They're going to give away a trip for 2 to Vegas. That's something that Don would probably try to win ball by himself. 50-cent bowling and shoe rental. I mean, we're going back like 30, 40 years. $1 hot dogs
yeah.
and sodas. And that's at 110 East 9th Avenue in Longmont. Come out and see the Angstead family, Frank and Donna, and then, of course, Don's wife and his wife, Donna, do a great job here. They really do. Great staff, great food. Place runs well. It's clean, a lot of fun. People that work here have worked here for quite a long time.
Don's a great guy.
He's a
character.
nut.
Yeah, he's a character.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but
I could go to Vegas with him and be a mess for 2
please,
years.
you think? So anyway, but again, folks, 110 East 9th Avenue in Longmont. Phone number here, 303-651-3800. Come on out. It's going to be a great, great weekend, August 10th and 11th. Maybe you'll win a trip to Vegas. Who knows?
Chris Woolsey, first shot of the championship match. He found, he pulled that baby.
Yeah. Yep, you have no room, no margin for error if
No.
you're inside.
So did you like these new patterns?
I love them.
Yeah.
I really do. I like them because they're sneaky.
They're very
They
sneaky.
make you watch the ball. You know, and we always tell bowlers,
Crazy.
watch what the ball does. The ball tells you a story. and even some of the older players that I happen to see in leagues. One of them was my my secretary. She kept going high, and I'm bowling with her in the summertime. And I looked at her. I said, "You've just gone high 3 times in a row with the ball. What do you do with your feet?" And she had no idea.
Yeah.
So I tried to explain how the whole thing works and this and that. But we're talking about, a lady that's probably been bowling 50 years.
Yeah. Nobody's ever told her.
Probably not. So now that she understood it, I said, you always move in the direction of the ball. So if the ball's moving left, you want to move left with your feet. The ball's going right, meaning it's not quite getting back up. You got to move your feet right to get back in the line. It's a lever, Just think of it as that. And this is more intense as far as the idiosyncrasies are more minute. But you have to watch the ball and trust that what you're going to do is right. And we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. That one's still
high.
Yeah, high again.
And he got stung.
And he gets stung with it 6, 7, 10.
You might want to change that line. Just move everything over. Take a look at it.
Yeah. Because again, we're really not watching what the pattern is doing in a part of the lane that we haven't really played a lot.
That's right.
So like you said, if I just decide, you know what, I'm just going to move left.
Yep. Everything
left and go through up about 18 and see what the ball does. Look at that. Ooh. Just like Chris Martinez, I thought he was going to actually make that, and it kind of faded away. But you're absolutely right about that. And again, giving kudos to some of the higher average players like our good boy, Mr. Mellinger. Dwayne is funny. No matter what the pattern is, he's going to take a ball, and he's going to go right up the twig and see if he's got a look. And it's funny because I tell you what, if he does have a look,
you're in trouble.
Go home.
That guy's always so supportive.
He is. He really is.
And he's like a robot. He just repeats and repeats and repeats.
But it's hours and hours and hours of practice. Another one that's been like that.
That don't come easy.
And I'll bring this up for those who know him is Ron Hosler.
Yeah.
Ron has broken down his game and rebuilt it 3 or 4 times, but he always practices, and he's an excellent player. But he always wants to get better. And Dwayne has always been that way ever since I've known him. They're never satisfied. They want to get even better. And of course, him and Jason Duran, my fault, Jason. I believe they took 3rd in USBC National Doubles. Fantastic.
Missed it.
Ooh, wow! Gave it right back. Interesting.
He opened the door for you, Chris.
Yep, sure did. Well, he's going to get back to be within a pin unless he doubles, but yeah, you're right. I mean, he threw 2 bad shots early, pulled both of them, and with a mark here, he's basically back to a 7-frame game.
Nah, he's moved right with his feet. I don't know what he's
with
doing.
That. I don't agree with that.
Unless he's changed his target
also.
to the right, and I don't know
we'll
if he didn't.
That's
and it's high. It's way left.
And
well, maybe he's going to play Brooklyn.
Hey, you know what? If that's what he's doing, good for him.
Yeah.
But realistically, he's in trouble.
He might have decided that. I don't know. I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so either, buddy. But maybe he'd take advantage of this break. No.
Strike here, he takes the lead.
Yes.
Let's just see if he's still right.
Yeah, he is. He's right.
He's
right with his feet.
Is he going to play Brooklyn?
The ball, I don't know, but the ball's reading so early.
Yeah, it's
even
reading
as strong
in the heads.
as he is, he can't get that ball to hold.
It's going left.
It's going to go left again.
310.
Again, ball tells you a story. Give yourself a chance. The odds of him getting that thing to hold pocket now is like minute. because the ball wants to go. It's hitting the dry. The ball was reading, and it wants to go
And
left. I don't care how hard
And
he throws
I
the ball.
understand he's in the championship,
Sure.
and it's scary to move.
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
We're sitting here and we're,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
no doubt.
move left, change it. But when you're down there and you're in the match,
Yep.
you're scared to move.
I'm sure.
Because you could throw a big
Look at
four.
this. Great shot.
shot.
That was huge.
He's down 7. So there's you're like, if I
you're right.
move,
You're
I go
absolutely
through
right.
the nose and
Sure.
I leave the Greek church or something, I could just be in a hell of a mess.
Yeah.
But you might want to just take one look at it, you know.
That's going to go. He's
He
lucky.
got the 7 out.
Yeah, he went right through the face, just left the 6.
Don't miss this one. That'll work.
No problem. Yep. All right.
Keeps his 7-pin lead.
Yep.
5th frame coming up. I am bringing paint next week. I'm painting that pole. Cold Creek's pole. It's my paint on that pole, and I'm getting rid of it. I told Michelle I'm sick of looking at that paint. That's my pickup on that post.
Oh, my Lord. Hey, did you hear they got an ice cream shop now?
No.
Yeah, it's
Who
called
does?
Cowabunga,
Who's got one?
right next to Cold Creek.
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's left. 6 count.
Yeah. 1, 2, 4, 9.
Nope, I did not know that.
Yep.
Boy,
And of
this
course-
place is kicking
Oh,
butt.
yeah. Well, they have an adult junior gig going on the first 10 lanes. And then, of course, you got open play.
Cover this, Dave.
Looks good. Nice. All right, good shot. The only problem is 6 count on a spare.
Yeah.
He's going to give a couple pins back to Chris.
I put one in the weeds today on a double in the gutter. I still made the cut, so it wasn't like I covered it.
Yeah,
but
thank God.
Jeez, like I got right, and I was playing 10, and I got right,
Wow.
and it
Yeah, the
just
ball-
kept going.
It's just going.
And
Yeah,
going.
it's all, yeah. Like you said, you're in the weeds. See you later. All right, we're halfway through this championship match here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont. Good turnout again up here. You know, this is probably our second, or starting our 3rd season up here, going into the fall, that we've been
Ball
able to
change.
come up here. But he still
10
went.
pin.
But he still went left.
Same part of the lane.
Yeah.
He's down 4.
You know, we're getting a great response from our northern centers, and I'm going to continue to try to expand upon that. You know, we have new proprietors at Sweetheart Lanes in Loveland, 24-lane
Oh,
ball
yeah.
center, and of course you have Zach Enders running
High
Classic
Country.
Lanes, or I'm sorry, Highland Park Lanes in Greeley.
Yeah, High Country. I'm thinking of a place I delivered to up there. High Country Millwork.
Yeah, I'll have to get up there within the next week or two and talk to him, see what we can do. Never. Good. You do that in practice, and I'll tell you how you did.
Still right, Nick. He's still right.
It's crazy.
And I think he's just decided to grind this out.
I guess.
Knows. He carried
lucked
it.
out.
He's decided to grind this out.
Yeah, I guess. What do we know? Sometimes maybe this maybe this is the best thing he can do.
When you're down there and things are going in your mind,
Sure.
like he said on that 7-pin, he moved 2 boards right too far.
Too far. Yeah.
And I told him the ball speed saved him.
Yeah,
because
it did. Because that ball was going hard left. That's going to go
nose.
left.
310.
Okay, 310. That was beautiful.
Nice
That was
shot.
a great shot. And he sure needed to find that. Well, let's see now what's Chris has. You know, honestly, as we're watching this, your basic school of thought is, I got to move my feet left. I got to move left. And probably move your eyes left as well. Get in more to the center part of the lane and see if you can grab some conditioner where the ball's going to hold. Yeah.
Left.
Yep. 5-9.
Right. Now, you might want to move a couple left to cover this.
Yeah.
I mean,
no doubt.
Yeah.
Or even if he's close,
I mean,
chop the 5 off to 9.
They're sitting back a couple feet further.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to move a couple left, and he did.
Especially in the 8th frame.
He's made a calculated move to grind this out,
yes,
going Brooklyn. He just moved, and you watch this ball. It's going to go right through the door. Right through the door. That would have been that's a pocket shot right there.
I disagree with you.
You don't think that was the pocket shot?
No. That would have been high through the face, because he damn near
took
the 5-pin straight back.
It'd have been more pocket.
Now he needs a double.
How about a 9 count?
All right. No problem. So 1-9 in the 7th, spare in the 8th. If I'm Chartier, I'm going to go, man, just give me, let me make a move and make it work. And let me shut the door on this guy. Because he knows that he's just, like you said, he's in grind mode. 90% of his first balls have been left.
Maybe.
No, couldn't hold. Okay, so he leaves the 6-10. So now the best he can do is a $177 scratch. 207 with handicap.
And I'll tell you something else. These lanes are broke down, but not like normal, because we had fresh oil for the semis.
True.
So this is the transition that you're seeing on this pattern.
Now, could you imagine had I not realized?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that
been
cut
ugly.
to the finals.
Oh.
I might have had a shot with that lousy game.
It sure wouldn't have been 90-something over.
No way.
86 over.
No way.
But again, the general manager, Don Angst, the amount of
bowlers
that we had on the 2 squads on Sunday morning, which we were busy.
Yeah.
So based on that, and then, of course, you're going to bowl another 3 with, and what pattern we're on, where I will have to reel again and make it fair. Just kick this GA spare it enough.
Force him to double. 5 strikes this game.
Wow.
2 bowlers. We're crazy.
72. Yeah, a big mistake. 6. He's going to shoot 1 if he spares. You were assuming he was going to get.
Just throw.
Okay.
Cover this for the
winning 2,000. We're going to have to talk. All right, folks. We're going to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Lasorsa here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont with my new ABT champion, David Chartier of Denver. Dave, you're going to give me a heart attack.
Yeah, I can't believe
I think you gave yourself a heart attack.
I did.
1-pin win in the championship match. Almost wrapped the 6 around the 10, which would have been a tie. But I know when you let it go, you didn't have a lot of confidence.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But, it was the lane. Did the lanes break down that bad that you and Chris both, it's like he tried to go right and couldn't get the ball to hold. You went left, which is what I would have done, and you threw like one good shot where you really got through the ball and it set up really sweet. But other than that, everything was through the face.
Yeah, everything just kept breaking down, like you said. I actually finished on this pair in qualifying and
Did you?
Shot 240 on my last game on this pair, and it was completely different.
Yeah, of course.
I was 6 boards left, using my weakest ball, and I just didn't have a line that I felt comfortable with.
And we were kind of laughing because I almost never strip and oil lanes between the second special entry squad and the semis. Could you imagine what would have happened had I not done that?
Yeah, I probably would have went plastic.
I was going to say that.
Probably went plastic and just played down and in.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, I'll tell you what. It was cool, though. You got your wife. You got your 3 girls here.
Yeah, that's.
And they saw you win, which is awesome.
Thankful that
Yeah.
they're supporting me for this
Yeah.
because it's the only way I get a chance
Well, of
to come
course.
out and do this.
Yeah.
So
What is your wife's name?
Chrissy,
With a K?
with a K, yeah.
Okay.
And with her support, I'm able to do this, and she, it's great. So.
Yeah, she keeps handling kids are
Yeah.
kids, All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here at Centennial Lanes in Longmont. Next week, we're back to something. So we're in the neighborhood, so we're close. So if you're watching this and you're in Longmont or Fort Collins or whatever up here on the north end, come on down. We're close. Have fun. Come on out and get a piece of this action and see what tournament bowling's all about. So on behalf of new champion David Chartier, I'm Nicholas Soros and producer Scott Sledgester for Colorado Sports TV. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.